Gareth, inevitably the run had to come to an end at some point. Just hoping it wouldn't be today. It has happened, but performance-wise, effort, endeavour, desire, plenty of that. Just
everything there.
Just couldn't score.
Everything there that I want to see, except goals, you know. And it just we gave Harrogate something to defend. We gave them something to hold on to, and they defended, you know, really stoutly, really well. You know, you've got to give credit to them. My players have given everything, and it's just lack of sort of a goal, really. You know, we had a couple of corners that flashed by the far post, and we had one cleared off the line. We had a couple of shots, but they all got blocked, and we've let an easy-ish goal in. You know, he's a good player. Duke McKenna, I had him at QPR. We spoke about him before the game, but listen, I'll have my boys any day. It's taken 6 months for this interview to happen, and that's pretty good as a manager, half a year, you know. So. Yeah, the big thing the two big things, right? Lads are devastated. They're absolutely devastated, like it's the worst thing in the world, which is great because I want them to be down, but I want them to get back and happy quick and be positive. But the fans' reaction at the end was superb, really was. You know, I know we've had this push for 8,000 and we got plenty, and it was always going to happen. That happens when you do that. No, really, really proud of the boys, and yeah, for the want of a few passes going astray. You know, I thought there was one or two decisions could have gone our way, but listen, I'm not going to moan about that. It's been a great run, and in a way, it's not the worst thing in the world. You know, to come off this, people are always saying, when they're going to get it, what's going to happen? It's happened. I want to see the reaction now. Yeah. Both fans, both staff, both players. I want to see all the reaction now of people. But I'm super positive. I know we can go and beat anyone in this league.
For want of a better phrase, every jockey falls off a horse. You have to get back on it quickly and go again.
Yeah, of course, you know. And I thought second half we dominated, absolutely dominated. You know, it was a matter of time. And I was remembering, you know, Accrington, Tranmere, Oldham. I'm remembering them games, thinking this is going to happen again. This is, you know, lightning's going to strike 4 times, never mind twice. And just didn't. I think a couple of corners at the end there. The last one where the keepers come to claim. That's what he's paid for. Well done. We'll get back to it, you know, and hopefully, you know, we can get back and start winning some games again. But third in the table at this stage of the season is very, very good. For where this club has been, I've always said I'll come in and I'll improve from what I came into. And I think everyone can say that's certainly happened.
Lovely. Gareth, appreciate your time.
Cheers.
Matt, all yours.
Well, Gareth had to come sometime, didn't it? How disappointed are you personally that the run's come to an end today? Yeah,
do you know, I'm always glass half full, so I know we played well. We created, I think we've had 18 or 19 shots today, which is an absolute, you know, bonanza of shots. But you just have to hit the target. You've got to put them in the goal, you know, and that's what we'll probably be working on. When I turned up, that was what I was told was missing. And but I think the chances were missing, creating chances and everything. So at least we're creating them now. Just that little bit of quality at the end there. And just keeping a clean sheet because we did give Harrogate something to hold on to. They sat back, they defended deep. You know, they're lively, but you know, the second half belonged to us. Just unfortunate we didn't get the roof coming off the Rainham end. But you know, we have to go again next week at MK Dons, and looking forward to that one. We'll prepare right and we'll get ready for that one. But yeah, Harrogate, always a dangerous side. I told that to a lot of people. You know, they've beat some big teams, they've got some good players, and Simon Weaver's organised them and does them well. You know, so I think we've got to, you know, take our hat off to them, say well done, come and did a job. We've done it to other teams this season.
We've never asked you about a defeat, of course, have we? It's your first defeat as Gillingham manager. They say sometimes you learn more from a defeat than a win. So what did you learn today? Yeah,
you do learn plenty from a defeat, and you know, I learnt that there wasn't a lack of effort from my boys. You know, when you do get beat, you look into it and quickly you can look and go, you know what, the boys didn't turn up today. They didn't run about. They gave everything. They were flying into tackles. They were going into headers. You can see the passion that they have for the club. The fans match it. So what I've learned is we're in a good place, and I'm sure that this is going to be a really exciting one. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will Gillingham Football Club be. But we've had a tremendous 6 months, and proud of every one of those boys and all their efforts.
Is Monday morning's training any different now you've lost, or do you just try and sort of imagine that didn't happen, go back to where you were maybe last Monday and say, well, it's worked out till now.
Consistency is really important, you know, as a football manager. The boys need to know where they are, what kind of gaffer's coming in every day, and I won't change. I won't change at all. I always believe in being positive. I mean, there's some fantastic performances today, some real good performances, you know, and I don't single out, so I won't. But you know, there's one or two in there that have gone, wow, it really hurt them, and you gave absolutely everything, emptied the tank, and it was great. You know, my only sort of dampener on the day was Bradley having to come off at half time with a slight issue, you know, so you know, it's difficult to lose somebody who scored 2 goals the week before. His bit of quality around the edge of the box, you know, something falls to him sometimes, that's the difference. But we had to change him with Ethan, who did fantastic, and then the subs made a big impact as well. So yeah, brilliant. We've got a good squad here, no worries about that, and looking forward to getting stuck in next week now.
You've made all 5 by I think 67 minutes, which is always going to be a risk if anything happens, isn't it? But you obviously felt, right, okay, I'm just going to give this everything.
Yeah, I'm a manager who takes risks, you know, and I think that a lot of managers, I've been criticised, so not a lot of other managers, I've been criticised for putting subs on too late sometimes. I think that giving them half an hour was the right decision, and I think they impacted. It's tough, you know, because you give someone an hour to do it, and then we were just getting on top. But I thought the momentum didn't change. I thought we were still on top when the boys came on, and yeah, like I said, for want of trying, so close today. But thank you for coming down, supporting. Thank you for singing at the end, Rainham End, and getting behind the boys, telling the boys exactly what they mean to you. Because I tell you what, that's what you mean to us. You know, we reciprocate that respect, and we go again next week. I'm sure there'll be a bumper crowd at MK Dons, and ready to get stuck into those.
Yeah, and finally, you've had games this season where you've taken it quite close,
yeah,
but you've always got something. Did you always believe today?
Yeah, absolutely.
That however late it was, you were going to get that.
Yeah, absolutely. Strangely, I believe now, and that's the game's gone. But I still believe we'll get something. You know, out of every game, it's the way I'm built and the way I'm wired. You know, so I wouldn't change it for the world. I always believe I can win at anything I do, and today was no exception. But I said to the boys, you know, that's me. That one, that's on me. I'm the manager. We lost today. I'll take that one, and I'll get them ready for next week, and we'll go again.
Ready.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Taking Decky off at half time, you mentioned, is that something that could be serious, or do you think you just need to?
No, it's not serious. It's nothing like his previous injuries, so just a little bit. And Robbie McKenzie as well, I think we're just a little bit tight, so we protected him. That's what we've got to do sometimes, and I think when we look at the long game, it's the right decisions to do, you know, so you maybe sacrifice you know, a few minutes for one player to make sure that they're playing the next minutes, because yeah, Robbie's been brilliant this season, and Bradley as well last week, just fantastic with his finishes. So yeah, like I say, we just missed that bit of quality. We had plenty on the pitch at the end, but just couldn't make it.
I mean, that second half just kept knocking and knocking, but it just didn't happen.
Everyone believed it was going to come, didn't they? And I think what the fans want to go away with is they didn't have that rip-roaring, take the ceiling off, fans high-fiving and all singing and everything, but they had plenty of chances to get excited about, and I think that's what we're giving now at Priestfield. I think fans know that they're going to see opportunities, they're going to see the boys trying, they're going to see the boys running at people and trying to get in behind, get goals, and yeah, it's an exciting place now, which I'm really proud of.
And you've always said you're never going to stay on being forever, are you? It's
no.
Going to be when, you know, these times come when you see some real people. The fans stuck with you today, and at the end as well, there was a lot of support.
They were brilliant, you know, and I think for what this group of fans has been through over the last 3 or 4 seasons, thank you, because you dug deep today, and I realised that, you know, I do. You know, I stay in the town once a week, and I get fans coming up to me, and they're all saying, oh, thanks for what you're doing, and I'm saying now to the fans, thanks for what you're doing, because you're getting right behind these boys, and that means a lot to them, you know, because you don't realise that how important the support and the positive vibes, you feel them in the stadium. It's not, you know, and when it goes the other way, you feel that too. And I don't like the other way. I mean, we'll fight through anything with this. I'll fight through anything for this group of boys, but I haven't just got the squad, I've got the fans as well, and that's superb to have, you know. And travelling away from home at Newport last week, they were just brilliant as well, you know, and they got us through that game. So yeah, they'll be back, and hopefully we can give them some more to shout about. Listen, perspective, it's one game in 10, and we've lost 1 in 10. That's I've actually lost 1 in 22, is it? So it's crazy to think of that, but we'll get back on it next week, and I'll look forward to getting stuck into the boys, train them right, get them right, and yeah, I've got a brilliant staff and brilliant support team to help, and we'll get everything right.
So I see even pre-match you were struggling to get off the pitch after your interview because so many fans wanted your autograph. You've made that connection already.
Yeah, of course, you know, and this place is you know, means a lot to me now. The fans have got behind me, and you can't just ask that as a manager. Some managers don't get that at the start. I've bought into them, and I'll do that. I always will do. But you know, you can't always get the buy-in, but they did today, and I thought we played some good stuff. You know, we can go two ways. We can go to a front man, and we can also play around the back and through midfield. And I think we tried everything today, and but we just didn't get that goal. And I think if we had got one, we'd have got two. That's football. Let's go again.
And looking forward to seeing how they respond to MK as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see the response to the boys. Yeah, because they are they're a bunch now that are hurt, but I know what they're capable of. There'll be no one feeling sorry for themselves. There'll be no one thinking, "Oh my God, what's happening?" People can compare us with past years all they want. This is a different team. This is a you know, a Gillingham team that I'm in charge of, and I will get the best out of every single week, and that'll mean running your socks off at MK Dons and trying to get as many goals as we can. We'll go to win that game as I always do, but no, proud of the boys, and yeah, I'm glad they're disappointed because that means it hurts, but we'll get back soon.
What's clicked for you here that perhaps didn't click at Shrewsbury and things like Rangers?
Yeah, I mean, we talk about not clicking. We survived in the Championship at QPR with a tough conditions, you know, real tough conditions. Went to Burnley, beat them, and so everyone says, "Oh, it didn't work." Well, the second season didn't work really, and it was a run of games with 10 men of like Leeds, West Brom, Leicester. That was my final 3 games. You know, I think that there's all circumstances as well. QPR were in a bit of difficulty, you know, financial. It was a big turnaround with the financial fair play. So I say that was okay. You know, surviving in the Championship was success for that club. Shrewsbury Town, I mean, we're the only team to beat Wrexham and Birmingham last year, you know, and we went there and again, I think there was glimpses of what I could do, but for me, again, you know, things I had to pick up were really tough, coming at a tough time, very tough time. You know, I know nothing about previous people, but I had a tough time, and yeah, did all the same things that I did when I came in here. And sometimes it clicks, you know, and sometimes you pick a club up at the right time, and I think Gillingham was at its lowest ebb. I think there was just some organisation and some leadership that needed putting in here, and that's two of my biggest strengths, you know, recruitment, man management. I think they're massive in the game, and that's, you know, that's things that don't go away. I also think that boys know their jobs under me. We're so, you just know where you'd be, what you have to do, and I think that's massive for a football club. And then coming in consistently positive every single day, no matter what. You know, it's tough. It's tough to keep that as a football manager. You get distractions here, there, and everywhere. I'm not on social media at all. I don't read any press, so nothing gets in my head, and I think that helps just to be that person. And lastly, we had some good players here. Got some really good players here, you know, like Robin McKenzie and you know, people who've played at a higher level, you know, and Bradley Dack and people like that who were just dying for some sort of leadership and some sort of identity. But I've done it at all my clubs, yeah, and I look back at them all thinking, you know what, did all right everywhere. Just because Wycombe went phenomenal, I believe that there's another chance to do that again. But we're step by step, and my remit is, I took over at 20th in League 2 last season. We're going to be a damn sight better than that when I finish with this club, and hopefully that won't be too soon.
Just a final one. I saw, just to bring up today again, Stephen Duke McKenna, most of his minutes at QPR were thanks to you.
Yeah.
So did you have a good relationship with him?
Oh, awesome, yeah, really good, yeah. I think he had got a few fans and a bit of my bench, but I think the respect for me and him is good. I gave him a lot of minutes at QPR, yeah. I believed in him, and again, it just goes to show, you know, what happened there, and he's gone on to score, I think it's 4 or 5 goals now this season for Harrogate. You know, really one of their star players, and no surprise to me. You know, we did talk about him before the game, and well done, Stevie. Come up with the goods, and he's a happy man tonight. But no, I'm really pleased with where we are. But yeah, Stevie's is a good player at this level, and has to be watched.